Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Founders Friday. My name is Danielle Kuamara, and I'm the host, and I have Miss Dr. Gloria Wright here. Thank you so much for coming on.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Danielle, for having me. And hi, everyone. A pleasure to be here with you.
And I am just dying about all of your content that you have online. You're such a fabulous woman. And one thing that we always want to do is uplift each other as women, making sure that we always stay in positive light. And I just love what you do for the community.
Well, yes, thank you so much. It's a privilege to be part of the community here in San Antonio and making an impact as a woman. First of all, we have to remember women power.
Well, I usually ask this towards the end, but your skin is so on point and glowing. And I love it that you're from Nigeria, because we were talking about that there's just so many beauty hacks and everything. But how do you keep your skin so beautiful?
Well, I would say, first of all, I'm privileged to have this, because I wouldn't want to sit back and be like, okay, here's the routine. But I would say naturally, I am just privileged to have this. But you never fail with the cleansing and moisturizing. That's the key. Don't forget.
Do you do coconut oil?
Coconut oil, not so much, but there are some oils that I love to combine with my moisturizing cream to make sure it keeps the face moist.
I love that. And what about vitamins, supplements?
Okay, I don't want to share this funny joke today. Maybe some other time when we return.
Okay, well, yes. To be continued. Well, I just wanted to kind of have you on. You know, the biggest thing with Founders Friday is really inspiring women, getting women on and learning from each other. And I know that what you get involved in is obviously a lot more intense than my beauty world. So again, not only do we talk about beauty and wellness, but you are a phenomenal doctor. And I mean, tell us more about you, because girl, it is a lot out there with how many mental health issues are here.
Yes, and when you bring the mental health question up, I tell you this is a key area for me. Have always enjoyed mental health right from my early nursing years up until now. I think that's the one part you can wake me up and I would be ready to go at any time. However, mental health is a critical part, and it's increasingly becoming something that we have to bring to the forefront in our community these days.
Absolutely.
So, yes.
I mean, we are a huge military community. PTSD is a huge thing. And what would you recommend for all your patients that have PTSD?
So when it comes to PTSD, most of the time you might find people who, and we had this little talk in our clinic one time about this, a lot of people tend to forget the fact that trauma is not just what you experience either right now or just recently. When you trace some people all the way back to their childhood, and what they experience, and that trauma in itself tends to reflect in where they are right now, you know, in the sense of, why do you flinch when there's something going on? Or why do you flinch when a sound comes on? You know, for a lot of people, that's trauma and they don't even recognize it. So when it comes to the treatment, first understanding where that is coming from is essential.
Yes.
Now learning to start deciding, how do we work with this person to help them overcome? Because it's impossible to say, I am done with the trauma, but how do you overcome and learn to live at peace with yourself?
Yes.
And that's where we focus on when we work with our patients.
I love that. And how do you get people that are stuck? Because that's the whole thing, is that sometimes people have no awareness. I know there's hypnosis. Do you do hypnosis?
No, we do not offer hypnosis. However, that is one of the treatments that some have found very successful for trauma treatment. And some of the treatments could include things like simple counseling for some people. There are also advanced therapeutic treatments such as transcranial magnetic stimulation, which we offer at the practice inside Mental Wellness. Transcranial magnetic stimulation is actually one of those non-prescriptive form of treatment, which the military actually find this very helpful for most of their members as well. And we have found success with this. Now, it has different modalities that it helps when it comes to treatment success, but trauma has been one of the key areas they found it very helpful.
Yes.
There are other treatments also, including the esketamine, which is Spravato, or as some would say, just the ketamine treatment itself, very effective when it comes to treating trauma. And our usual go-to, which are the psychotropics, as well as the counseling sessions.
So does insurance cover these?
Yes, that's the fortunate part. Now, there are limited coverage for some of these things. However, it depends on the type of policy that you have. And usually when we visit with the patient, we start reviewing with them to say, okay, first of all, we want to understand the basics. And once that is understood, we now have to put out what those factors are to justify the treatment. And once that is done, you can present it to the insurance, and some would cover. And if it's not then yes, it might be an out-of-pocket cost to the patient.
Yes,
But
I know the VA. I know that there's so many veterans that have so many issues with, getting approvals, and it's just a horrible cycle. So that's one thing that I love what you're doing around the community is you're really having that outreach of educating people and giving resources to help people with mental illness. It's amazing what these veterans have done for us, and it's just crazy how us as a community can really give resources to the veterans. So
Yes.
how do you get them out of their stuck patients?
And that's what I was going to say. San Antonio being a military city and a very fast-growing city as it is right now, we are getting such an influx at the moment. Getting approval for treatment can be a little bit tasking. However, at Insight Mental Wellness, one of our key focus is to make sure we look beyond just the patient. There are several areas that we focus on when it comes to, trying to see how we can advocate for our patient. Advocacy is key. Even if the patient doesn't understand how to go about it, our focus is to now say, okay, where can we come in to support this patient? Collaboration is another part, right? So we're always looking to say, how can we collaborate with other resources in the community? So sometimes, even if the insurance is not really your friend, we start to look to say, where else can we support this patient? And we do have another type of treatment that we call the Mental Health Access Program at our practice, which is basically to help anyone who might be struggling financially to get their treatment covered.
And where can we find that information?
Well, definitely you can always go on our website, www.im-wellness.com, or give us a call at 210-245-7862 for more information.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I love what you're doing for the community, and I just love us doing the outreach for people that really need. Mental illness is a serious issue, and please reach out to her website if you do need additional resources.
All right.